My name is Deveney Marshall, and I am a creative entrepreneur from New Orleans, Louisiana, specifically New Orleans East. I have been a creative for as far back as I can remember. And I've also been a businesswoman for as far back as I can remember. I always was talking and speaking about, like, as a little girl, how we were going to reach these goals and do various things that align with entrepreneurship. So in 2015, I took my first leap into the entrepreneurship journey and I launched the DATC Media to ensure that Black women and those who looked like me or reflected similar stories to mine felt seen, heard, and valued. Since then, it's grown, and so has my journey as an entrepreneur has grown. And I've gone on to make a marketing company and a luxury wellness brand and do other various types of businesses, which are all very successful, if I say so myself, in their own right. I am now looking to expand my visions and expand my journey because as I grow, so does my mission and my purpose, and it is growing. And so now I want to make sure that the stories that I hear from my friends on a daily basis, or just some of the stories and perspectives that I've seen that, or, similar to mine, they're heard, they're seen. And so from there, we've brought you to where I am now in my journey of releasing Seeing the series. To me, to be seen is not only seeing me on a surface level, but actually taking an intimate and inside look on who I truly am. When I feel seen, it's because people see my lights, they see my vision, they see who I am beyond the clothes I'm wearing or who I present myself as, but they truly see my spirit. That's what it means to be seen to me, being able to truly see someone on a spiritual level. My current inner focus is ensuring that I match the divine purpose that I feel God has given me. So I believe that I have been given a really grand mission of being able to carefully and craft people's narratives, their stories, and who they are, like showcase truly who people are. And I can't live up to that mission if I don't feel like I'm my highest self, my most divine self, and ensuring that, who I am or who God has designed me to be matches who I am outwardly, right? So I'm doing a lot of making sure my insides feel whole, releasing imposter syndrome, releasing intrusive thoughts, and just working on me from the inside out. So a lot of the things that I do is making sure that I'm meditating and I'm taking time for my mental health and giving space for myself so I can really truly live up to my highest mission and what God designed me to do. So I guess, I have several inner focuses right now, but the number one would be making sure that my spirit is right. And so that means a lot of changing my habits and my day to day, making sure that I'm eating well, making sure that I'm exercising, making sure that I'm meditating, journaling, and just becoming this better whole individual. I know it's a lot, but that's really how I feel my inner focus is. It's like multifaceted. Representation is incredibly important to me as a Black storyteller. There are so many great Black filmmakers and Black artists out right now who are making sure that Black narratives are at the forefront. However, the Black journey is not linear. It is very multifaceted. And what I've learned is that many of us are simultaneously having Black narratives all, infused into one. So representation to me means, as a Black storyteller, that I am bringing not only my perspectives and my journeys and my stories, but others who their stories haven't been told yet, and exploring those journeys and exploring those perspectives and ensuring that everyone truly does look at themselves when they turn on media and sees themselves. And so for me, it is incredibly important for everyone to see themselves, because the pinnacles of the DATC media are to feel seen, heard, and valued. So for me, I am ensuring that is what's happening. And that's going to happen by ensuring everyone's perspective is told. You know, little Dev was so courageous and bold. So truly, she can give me some advice now, because I don't always have that infectious go-getter spirit that she had. She just was so fearless. So the only thing that I would say is never lose that. I think through the years, I learned to tone myself down a little, because I started to realize I am a lot and I am a lot to take in. And so even though people would probably be like, well, I never saw you like, people who know me would say, oh, I never saw you like turn yourself down, or you were still joyous and affectionate or whatever. And that is true. But there are so many times when I didn't speak up, or I limited what I said, or I didn't go after that opportunity because I felt like I didn't want to be too much. And so I would tell my younger self, girl, you are going to be liked, disliked. You can't control it. You can't control people's narrative of you and how they view and see you. So you may as well be boldly you and fearless anyway. And to never allow anybody to disrupt that huge and like flamboyant spirit that you have. So being a multi-business owner is not easy. It's actually quite difficult, and it takes a lot out of you. So I would say the main way I can do all of this, top line, is God and my faith. I have to actually believe in the vision that God has given me. And sometimes that takes a second to get. God will give me the vision and I will go back and forth with God, like, you sure that's what you want me to do? That's a lot. And so then I'll begin to prep my mindset, because there's no way to be a mogul without having a mindset that matches that of a mogul. So I start to do my internal work and the inner focus work, and ensuring that I can show up and be all these things and maneuver in all these ways as a multi-business owner. And then I would say next, having great support system. I have a beautiful support system. They have organically aligned to me, whether that be family, whether that be friends who have now become coworkers. We all work together and we take on our pieces of the puzzle and we just make it fit. But for sure, number one thing to be a multi-business owner is ensuring that you have big faith and you keep your faith and you work and you don't be afraid to work hard to attain and get the things that you want. I think the largest advice that I could give to creative entrepreneur that's coming up is just do it. A lot of the things that I did in the moment didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to the people around me. Sometimes it didn't even make sense to me, but I did it anyway because I knew eventually intentionality would hit me and it would all make sense, right? So I just started doing the work. I can use the DATC Media. When it first started, it was deventhecity.com. It was a lifestyle platform that showcased my life and my journey through my 20s, right? And it wasn't all of these things that it is now and all of the great things that it's become. But I just knew I wanted to share my stories. And I did that in the forms of blogging. And so I just kept going. And even at that time, I wasn't as intentional as I am now with the platform. And I just kept going and I didn't allow anyone to detour me. And it's interesting because along the way, there were many people who attempted to say, well, this person is now doing that. You still want to keep that up, or all of these various things. Well, this person is doing it better and this is what you should become. I got all of those things, but I stuck to what felt innately right for me and what my gut told me I needed to do. And it's brought me here. So just do it scared and don't allow anybody to tell you how you should do your thing. Just keep pursuing and it's all going to work out just as it's supposed to. So when it comes to the impact that I want to leave on the world, I want to ensure that I transform, elevate, and heal society. I want to ensure that everybody feels genuinely seen, genuinely heard, and genuinely valued. Because I believe when those things are met within, humankind and the world, we just grow to being a greater society as a whole. And no one feels like they're being left out of the conversation or that they have something to prove. It just all encompasses to make just a greater place to live. And I believe that we can transform and elevate the world. So that is the impact that I want to leave. A more healed generation, a more healed society, and thus just moving forward. My name is Deveney Marshall, and I am seeing.